What's going on, everybody? I'm Colby from M11 Offroad, and today I'm going to be showing you how to put ditch light brackets onto your Jeep Cherokee XJ. These are going to fit the 84 to 2001, basically any of the XJs out there, and it's going to be a pretty simple bolt-on install, no drilling required. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Alright, to install these brackets onto your XJ, really all you're going to need is the brackets, the lights that you want to put onto them, and then a T27 Torx. I've got mine on an impact driver just to make things easier, but this is not required. So let's go ahead and pop the hood and I'll show you what we're doing. So our brackets here are designed to use the factory mounting hardware for your fender, and they'll actually go between this body line here, between the fender and the cowl. So all you got to do is loosen this T27. If you're like mine, you may have to grab the nut from the bottom, but on most Jeeps you shouldn't have to do that. And this is going to be a very nice press fit into the fender here, and on some Jeeps you may have to pull the fender back to make clearance for this. I'll show you on the other side, because on this Jeep we will have to do that. But for this side, you just slide it in right there. Just like that. Alright, so on this side you can see here, this Jeep's seen a couple rocks. We use this thing off-road all the time. So we've loosened this bolt that we tie the bracket down with, and then we've also loosened all the bolts up the side of the fender here. And then inside the fender, in the door, there's another 2 bolts. There's one up top and one about right in the middle. And when you pull those apart, that lets you move this fender just a little bit. And that's really all you need to be able to get the brackets down into here. So we'll go ahead and put this bracket in right here, and we'll pull the fender back, and you can see it slides right in. And then all we have to do is align the bolt and then bolt it down. Now when your lights are on here, I've lifted this bracket up so I can show this a little bit easier. When you're running wires, when you have your fenders loose, if you look down in here, right up against the windshield here, there's actually a little channel. See if I can pull on the fender, where you can run your wires through. It'll actually come into your inner fender well here, and then you can follow the grommet for your antenna to run your wires back into the hood. Or if you come up really high and keep your wires tucked up nicely up under here. Our brackets actually leave a little notch where you can see I have these wires running preemptively already. So if I push this back down, you can see these wires are nice and loose, they're not pinched. So that way you can have a nice clean wiring install when you put your lights on here. Now if you don't have to move your fender and you get your lights mounted and they kind of click and shake like this, then go ahead and loosen up all your hardware again and loosen up this fender and press into the bracket and then tighten it back down. If you squeeze this together, that'll help hold this a lot steadier for you. Once you've got your lights mounted and wired up and everything you're happy with, just go ahead and shut your hood slow. Make sure that you have these in a position that actually clears the hood. Like we mentioned at the beginning, these XJs get twisted and beat on, like you've seen on mine, and we just want you to double check that you've got the fender clearance here before you slam your hood down and end up bending it because you didn't put your fender in a good spot. But that's really all there is to it to install the ditch light brackets onto the XJs. If you have any questions, go to our website, make sure to reach out to us. There will be a link down in the description below. You can order them through our website, and we'll have them posted on eBay as well. But it's a pretty simple install, like we've shown here. Make sure to follow us on all of our social medias. We'll have them linked down below too. And other than that, hope to see you on the trail.